Hi everyone, how are you guys today? I hope everyone is doing okay. Thank you again for practicing with me today. If you're new here, thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. My name is Daniela, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you for coming back. When you're ready, get your mat and let's begin. Come into your most comfortable cross-legged seated position. Resting hands on the knees or thighs, closing down the eyes, and taking 5 breaths with me. To begin with, inhaling long and exhaling equally longer out. Relaxing shoulders, facial muscles, keeping the spine upright and straight without collapsing in the lower back. 2 more breaths. And exhale. One more. And soften on the exhale. On your next inhale, bring the hands at the heart in Namaste. And set up a positive intention for your class today. Always a positive statement that you want to start the day with or continue the day. And when you are ready, feel free to join me in 3 ohms or just listen to it. But if you're ready and wish to chant, let's try on the next inhale. Yogena chittasya padena vacham param sarirasya chavadena kena yopakarotam pravaramonina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram Shankha chakra siddharinam sahasra shirashar shvetam pranamami patanjali Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. Slowly open your eyes, maybe with a smile, and bring the hands in front of you, lifting yourself to a tabletop. Walk the knees to the back. Bring the knees under your hips, keep the knees hip apart, and bring the wrist under your shoulders. Just moving forward and back a few times, warming up the wrist for a little bit, not collapsing in the shoulders. 2 more times, keep the shoulders away from the ears, pulling navel to spinal, and then back to center. Turning your fingers to point the sides of the mat, so heels of your palms are facing each other towards the inside, and then move left and right, again without collapsing in the shoulders, again warming up the wrists. Then coming back to center, turning the fingers to face each other, the heels of your palms will face the edges of your mat, moving left and right again without letting the heels of the palms to lift off. And then few more times, left and right, letting the heels of the palms to lift up. When you move to the left, lift the right palm off. When you move to the right, lift the left palm off the mat. Just stretching as well the fingers, and then coming back to center, turning the fingers to point towards you, and moving forward and back again, not lifting the heels of the palms off the mat. Shoulders are away from the ears. Still spreading fingers, pressing palms, and then coming back to center, turning the fingers forward, to our tabletop. Turn the right palm to face you this time, still spreading fingers, trying to stretch the elbow without pressing too much. Relaxing the shoulders. Just one more breath. And then releasing, switching sides. Turn the left palm to face you, so the top of your palm will face the mat and the back of the palm will face you. Not pressing too much, just do what you can. One more breath. And then release, coming back to a table, tucking toes in. Maybe walk the knees closer, tuck all 10 toes in and sit low into your heels, just opening the back of the feet for a moment. And in the meantime, inhale as well, the arms up to a neutral spinal, shoulders away from the ears, interlocking fingers, turning the palms upside down to the ceiling sky. Exhaling a few times, left and right, without collapsing shoulders forward or collapsing in the lower body, just stretching as well a little bit, sides of the body, shoulders as well, keeping a soft gaze, maybe always gazing opposite sides of the side you are stretching towards. One more, left and right at your own time, and then back to center and release. Bring the hands back in front of you, wrist under the shoulder, separate the knees hip apart, moving into a downward facing dog. Before we do that, just step the feet for a few times back on the mat to release any tension. And again, tucking toes in, navel to spinal, spreading fingers wide. Inhale, knees up. On your exhale, press back. First downward facing dog, moving the hips from side to side, shaking the head to yes and no, making sure your neck is soft, your head is heavy, and you are breathing, not holding the breath in any way. Breathing long in and steady long out. Beautiful. Coming back to center, finding stillness. Inhale your heels up, bring the thighs towards the belly, still lengthening the upper body. Stay here for 2 breaths, pushing through those heels, lengthening the upper body, pressing the mat away from you. Your neck is still long and the head is still heavy. Just breathing. One more. Beautiful. Take your time. Last one. And then exhale, heels down. Wonderful. When you are ready, gaze at the top of the mat. Right foot steps in between, left to follow, big toes to touch. Inhaling for a flat back. Exhaling to fold, and on your next exhale, come into a chair, bringing the hips to the back, tailbone in, and then just for a few breaths here, lift one heel at a time off the mat. Yeah, just lift one heel at a time off the mat. Keep the tailbone in, just to warm up the legs a little bit. Keep the chest up, forward, shoulders away from the ears. One more times. And then finding stillness in our chair for 2 breaths, squeezing inner thighs together. The 2 legs become one. And then slowly exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back again. Plant the palms down. Step the right foot back, left to follow. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, once more, right foot steps outside your right hand this time, pressing the mat away from you. Inhale to press yourself forward, and on the exhale, stretch the front leg, bringing the heel down, toes up, and maybe walk the hands with you. And we move in this way a few more times, rolling right outer hip back, left outer hip to the front, making sure you're not hyperextending right knee. Now coming forward and back. Feel free to walk the hands or not with you, and back. One more forward. So you're coming into a lizard, pushing through the back heel when you're forward, and when you move back into a modified pyramid, your right leg is outside your right hip. One last time, and back. Beautiful. Now come forward and step that right foot back, downward facing dog. One more time, moving to the left, gaze to the front when you inhale, stepping left foot outside, same. So from your lizard, you move back into a modified pyramid, bringing left heel down, left toes up, rolling left outer hip back, right outer hip to the front, not collapsing in the shoulders. Walk the hands with you. So forward, bend the front knee, and back to stretch. Beautiful. A few more times. Take your time. You can do this at your own pace, faster or slower than me, anything that works for you. A few more times, forward and back. Last one. And then dropping the left foot down. This time, step the back foot, right foot forward, toes out, heels in, bend both knees, coming into a yogi squat. Elbows inside the knees. Inhale, heart forward and up once more. Relax the shoulders. Stay for 3 breaths. 2. 1 more. And then when you're ready, exhale, hands down. Inhale to stretch the legs, bring the feet parallel to each other. Keep them hip apart this time. Shifting the weight forward, equal weight, toes and heels. Exhale once more, make a frame for your head and fold. Let your neck be long once more. And the head heavy. Staying, or feel free to move from side to side for just 3 breaths here. 1. And then if you're moving side to side, just come back to center, releasing the hands down. Inhaling once more for a flat back. On the exhale, plant the palms down, left foot step back, right to follow, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, sharpen sitting bones, lengthen upper body, long neck, heavy head. 1 more breath here. Always feel free to move the hips from side to side or bend the knees, anything that works for you to feel comfortable in your downward facing dog. Take 1 last breath. And then when you're ready, right foot steps in between the hands. Turning the toes parallel to each other. So walk your right hand inside your right foot. Turning sideways on the mat. Toes in, heels out. Shifting weight equally, toes and heels. Inhale for a flat back. And on your exhale, catch onto your big toe with the peace finger. Inhaling once more. And on your exhale, fold. Prasarita Poses. Stay for just 2 breaths, trying to bend the elbows to the side. Long neck, heavy head, equal weight, toes and heels. Don't fight the gravity. 1 more breath. Take your time. Last one. And then slowly inhale halfway up. Exhale, hands at the hips. And inhale to rise. The head is the last one to come up. Take a moment to gaze down. When you're ready, gaze in front of you. Bring the hands behind the back, interlocking fingers, stretching knuckles, arms down towards the ground, heart lifting forward and up. Inhale, upper body away from the lower body, and your exhale again, fold, bringing the arms above the head with you and trying to reach the mat, the ground in front of you, shifting weight equally again. Toes and heels, long neck, heavy head. 2 breaths again here. Exhale. 1 more. And slowly inhale halfway up. Exhale, hands at the hips. And inhale again. The head is the last one to rise. Bring yourself back up to standing. And then gaze in front of you. Inhaling, arms parallel to the mat. Once more, on your exhale, catch onto the outer edge of your feet or ankles. Inhaling for a flat back. Exhaling, fold again. If any of this doesn't work for you, just take a Prasarita that's in your practice and that makes you happier, but always give it a try. Once more, trying to shift weight equally, toes and heels. Long neck, heavy head. Just 1 more breath. And then slowly inhale halfway up. On the exhale, this time bring the hands in front of you. Keeping your left hand down, spreading fingers, pressing the mat away from you. Inhale down. And on your exhale, twist to the right. Follow the hand with the gaze, only if the neck, it's okay with it. Twisting from the shoulders, not lower back. Inhaling long always before you twist. 2 breaths here. Make sure you're breathing, not holding breath. 1 more. And then on your exhale, release the right hand down, switching hands, right hand stays. On your inhale, gaze down. On your exhale, left arm extends up to the sky. Twisting from the shoulders, pressing the mat away from you with the right hand, not collapsing in the right shoulders. Gaze up only if the neck, it's okay. Otherwise, just simply gazing in front of you. The weight of the body, it's still equally toes and heels. 1 more breath. Inhale long, exhale long. Inhale again, exhale, left hand back down. Inhaling halfway up. And on your exhale, turn towards the front of your mat. Turning back heel up and stepping back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Spread the fingers. Sharpen sitting bones. Lengthen upper body. Keeping the feet hip apart at the back of the mat. Inhale, right leg up. Bend the right knee. Bring the knee towards the sky. And exhale, gaze underneath your right armpit. Just for 3 breaths. Pressing the mat away from you equally with both hands. Just the same way you do in downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, bring the right knee forward, placing the right foot down for a quick pigeon. We don't stay long, so take the back toes back, back, back. Release the toes. Inhale. And then again, planting palms down, tuck the back toes in, press yourself back forward and step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left leg high, bend the left knee, bring the left knee to the sky. Exhale, gaze underneath your left armpit. Pressing the hands equally down. Relaxing in the pose. 3 breaths on this side as well. 2. 1 more. And on your next exhale, step the left foot down for pigeon. Stepping the back toes back, back, back. Releasing the leg down, toes out. Inhale away from the lower back. Stay for just 2 breaths, shoulders relaxed. And then bring the palms back down, tuck the back toes in, press yourself forward again. Pressing mat away, stepping back, left foot, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take 1 moment here, knowing that child's pose is always there for you if you need to take a break. Gaze at the top of the mat, left foot steps in between, right to follow, big toes to touch. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, come into a chair once more, holding chair for 5. Relax the shoulders, bring the sitting bones to the back, tailbone in. For 4, for 3, 2, 1 more. Bring the hands at the heart, press yourself back to standing, and exhale, release the hands by the side. Now keeping the legs together, tailbone in. Inhale your arms up, and on your exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Plant the palms down, step the right foot back, left to follow, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right foot steps in between. Left heel step sideways, arranging feet heel to heel. Keep the front leg stretched and inhale yourself sideways on the mat, preparing for Utthita Trikonasana. Keeping tailbone in, turning right toes remain out, left toes are in. Inhaling, right arm up. On your exhale, keeping the right side of the rib cages open, keeping the left shoulder to the sky. Either you bring the right hand inside your right foot or catch onto your big toe with the peace finger. Again, gazing up towards the left hand only if the neck is okay with it. Rolling left outer hip to the back. Taking 2 breaths in Utthita Trikonasana. Relaxing facial muscles. Long in, long out. One last breath here. And then gazing in front of you, pushing through the heels, rise up to standing. Turning the right toes in, keep the arms parallel to the ground, turn the left toes out, arranging left heel in line with the right hip. Exhale out, inhaling left arm up, keeping that left side of the rib cages open, not collapsing right shoulder forward. Exhale away, you're trying to reach over your left toes. You bring the left hand either inside your left leg, left foot, or again, catch onto your big toe with the peace finger, keeping the right shoulder to the sky. Long neck gazing up for 3 breaths as well on this side. Turning right outer hip to the back. Breathing, not holding the breath. 2 more. One last. And then gazing in front of you, pushing through the heels. Inhale, rising back up. Turn the left toes in, right toes back up. Release the hands for a moment. Now take the back foot, left foot, and step it sideways, not on the same line, keeping the hips in one line. Inhaling your left arm up. And on your exhale, again, you're trying to reach over your right toes, keeping that open, landing left hand outside your right foot. Now inhale again here, and on your exhale, turn the right arm up to the ceiling. Again, trying to twist from the shoulders, not from the lower back, using a block if you feel like. Stay for 2 breaths. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Your right outer hip should turn to the back, left outer hip to the front. You gaze up towards the right hand if the neck is okay. Otherwise, gaze just in front of you. Stay for 2 breaths. One more. And then exhale, right hand back down, frame the right foot, bring the right hand inside your right foot, walk yourself sideways, feet parallel to each other, turning towards the back of the mat, arranging the feet at the same way. So you shorten the distance in between the feet are not in one line. Inhale for a flat back, bring the right hand outside your left foot, pressing the mat away from you, inhale down. And on your exhale, left arm extend up to the ceiling, turning the gaze to follow the head only if the neck it's okay with it. Left outer hip rolls back, right outer hip to the front. Relax the shoulders, press the mat away from you with the right hand. Don't let the right shoulder come up to the ears. Stay for just 2 breaths. One more. And then exhale, left hand back down, framing left foot. Walk the left hand inside your left foot, turning sideways on the mat. And on your exhale, frame the right foot top of the mat, stepping back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a few breaths here. Again, feel free to move the hips from side to side. Gaze towards the top of the mat. Once more, right foot steps in between. Left to follow, big toes to touch. Exhale to fold. And inhale to rise all the way up. Bring the arms with you. Maybe gaze up with the hands. Tailbone in, shoulders away. Exhale, hands at the heart. And then down by the side. Inhaling, arms up once more, gaze up. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a flat back, and then planting palms down. Step the right foot back, left to follow, downward facing dog. Gaze towards the top, step right foot in between the hands, again arranging left arch of the foot in line with the heel this time, preparing for warrior two, bending right knee, and on your next inhale, rising up, arms parallel to the mat, heel in line with the arch of the foot, gaze towards the right hand, and breathe. Keep the tailbone in, shoulders away from each other, relax into the pose. Don't let the right knee fall in. Stay for 2 more breaths. Last one. And then when you are ready, bringing the hands at the heart, pressing through the right heel, extend the right leg, and then moving to the back of the mat into a Skandasana. Then with the hands at the heart or releasing the hands down, press yourself back up, Skandasana, to the front of the mat. Left toes up, left heel down, and again bring the hands back at the heart. Now we move a few times into a Skandasana, back of the mat, front of the mat, again using the hands or not. Now pushing through the right heel, press yourself back up, Skandasana to the back. Press yourself back up, Skandasana to the front, and one more up and back. One more up and back. I'm not so strong in my left leg, but stronger in the right. Last one to the back. And release the hands down. Now press yourself up, turning the left toes out, right arch of the foot comes in line with the left heel. Bend the left knee and inhale, warrior two, to the back of the mat. Gaze towards the left. Left toes, left heel inside, outside of the foot, pressing down. Tailbone in. Shoulders in one line. Sharpen the fingers, strong arms for 3 breaths on this side as well. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Last one. And then again, gaze in front of you, hands at the heart, push through the left heel, extend the left leg, and Skandasana to the front of the mat. 2 more times, 2 rounds. Skandasana front and back with the help of the hands or not. Press yourself up and Skandasana to the back. Press yourself up and again to the front. 1 more round, up and back. And last one, up and to the front, holding. Left toes up, left heel down. Stay for 1 breath. And then exhale, hands down, framing the front foot, right foot, turning sideways on the mat, stepping back, downward facing dog. Breathing, feeling free to come to that cleansing breath, opening the mouth or sticking the tongue out for a releasing tension. 1 more. And then when you're ready, gaze to the top, placing right foot down for pigeon. This time we hold for a while. So step the back toes back, back, back. Release the toes out. Inhale away from the lower back, shifting the weight equally left and right side. Stay here or lowering yourself down onto the forearms. Or if you feel like all the way down on the mat. Either way, don't collapse in the shoulders. Relax just for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, head up, press yourself up, tuck the back toes in, left toes in, come forward, forward, and then press back to a downward facing dog. Relax the facial muscles, breathe. Lengthen upper body, 2 breaths here, again moving hips from side to side. Or just stay still or bend the knees, anything that works for you. Left side pigeon, gaze to the top, left leg, place it down for pigeon, step the back toes, right toes back, back, back. Release, find that sweet spot. Stay here or lower down, forearms or all the way down. Either way, don't collapse in the shoulders and breathe. Remember always to support your practice with a breath. 5 breaths on this side as well. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Inhaling, head up, press yourself back up, and swinging the back leg forward. So shift the weight onto the left hip, swinging the right leg up and forward all the way across the left knee, arranging yourself for a cow pose, Gomukhasana. So left knee stays on the mat, right knee come across, bringing ideally the knees in front of the chest and heels outside the hips. Inhaling away from the lower back, and on your exhale, fold for just 3 breaths, keeping the shoulders relaxed. We're not using the arms, just the Gomukhasana legs today. Relaxing again in the pose. Deep outer hip stretch. One more breath here. And then slowly inhale your head up. Now bring the hands by the side for support and bring the outer edge of your feet on the mat. Pressing yourself up, you're gonna walk your right hand inside and all around the mat, coming all around, and sitting back down into a Gomukhasana, ending with the left knee across the right. Again, arranging heels outside the hips, holding feet or ankles, inhaling away from the lower back, and on your exhale, fold. Stay for 2 breaths. Deep stretch on the left side, this time outer hip. Relaxing for 2 more. One more, and then head up on the inhale. Uncross the legs in front of you, stretching the legs and shaking them out, pointing toes forward and back a few times, then keeping heels and feet together, flexing toes, pushing through the heels, inhaling neutral spinal, and on your exhale, fold. Inhale again for a flat back, and then fold again to your own degree. Every inhale, lengthening upper body away from the lower body, and every exhale, forward folding. Paschimottanasana for just 3 breaths. Don't hyperextend the knees. Use a belt. If you cannot reach for your feet, stay for 2. Stay for 1. And then slowly head up on the inhale and release. Come forward on your mat. Make sure there's nothing behind you, no props and no obstacles, without collapsing or dropping. Just lean back, hug the knees into the chest, and give yourself a nice massage, rocking side to side. 2 more breaths here. And then finding stillness, we're gonna lift up for a bridge pose. Let's do a shoulder stand today as well. So again, keeping the neck down, hands alongside the body. On your inhale, bring the legs and hips up. Hands behind the back, scooping hands in, scooping hands in. Bring the chest to chin, more than chin to chest. And then keeping the toes soft, but maybe engaging glutes, elbows in. Stay for just a few breaths here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly see if you can come from a shoulder stand to a bridge pose, maybe dropping one foot at a time down without collapsing, keeping the hands at the lower back for support. Drop the feet down, bring them parallel to each other, hip apart, and then releasing the hands, maybe interlocking fingers. Press yourself into a bridge pose, staying without collapsing in the hips, squeezing glutes at the top, just for 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, and releasing the interlock for a moment, changing the interlock of the fingers. Stay for another breath. You can always let yourself down on the mat, change the interlock on the mat, and then lift up, or just continue staying here just for 3 more breaths. 2, last one, and then slowly releasing the hands from underneath. Lower yourself back down with control, and again hug the knees into the chest and bring the forehead to the knees. Give yourself a nice hug. Then drop the feet down, head and neck down. Keep the knees bent, extend the arms out, letter T, and bring the knees back to chest. On your exhale, drop the knees, both of them, towards the right elbow. Optional, right hand comes on top of the knees into a twist, gazing up at the sky, or maybe gazing to the left. Just breathe and relax. Two more. Make sure shoulders are relaxing, the gaze, facial muscles, and the lower back is not hurting right now. One last breath. And then gaze back up, knees back to center, and switch sides. Both knees to the left elbow. Optional, left hand come on top of the knees, gaze up at the sky, or long neck, gaze to the right. One more. Take your time. And then slowly gaze back to center, knees back to chest. Extend the legs up to the sky, pointing toes forward and up towards you into the sky a few times. Pushing through the heels. Take your time. And then again, bend the knees, hug the knees. Happy baby. Last one. Relaxing again. One more breath here. And then hug the knees into the chest once more. Inhaling, exhaling, forehead to the knees again. And on your exhale, release everything out, preparing yourself for Shavasana. But before we do so, bring a hand at the heart and one hand at the belly, taking with me a few rounds of breathing here, just paying attention to the breath, maybe 5 to 7 times. Inhaling long, letting that hand that's on the belly to rise, and on your exhale to fall, not stressing too much about, and just being aware of yourself in this position, trying to live a little bit in the present moment. By just noticing the nostrils, we are helping ourselves to do so. So when you're ready, let's try just 5 to 7 rounds. Inhale with me long. And exhale. Inhale again. Surrender on the exhale. 3 more rounds. Long inhale. And exhale. Again, 2 more. And out. Last one. Exhale. Now continue breathing this way if you wish, or just come back to what's normal breathing for you. Feel free to keep the hands where they are, or just really step down by the side with the palms facing the sky for just a few more minutes of your day for a resting Shavasana. Maybe keeping the awareness to the nostrils, continuing to observe your inhalation and your exhalation, or just choose a sound around you to focus on. And when I say focus, don't stress too much about this focus. Relaxed about knowing that the more you practice this, the better it become. Even your Shavasana, more peace of mind will happen just by practicing this more and more each day. Try to soften yourself. Maybe scan your body while you're here and pay attention to what's going on in your body right now. Are your shoulders relaxed, indeed, or not? Is your mind stressing a lot about something that you have to do next? Then again, come back to your body and notice even the clothes on yourself today, softening the skin on your body, softening with each exhale. Just scanning, continue the scanning, maybe noticing everything, the toes, the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs, the whole legs. Noticing yourself in complete stillness, continuing that scanning, the pelvic floor, hips, outer hips, belly, chest, collarbones, neck, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, palms, fingers, head, eyes, lips, nose, everything is softened. Even the hair on your head can soften. Slowly bring awareness back into your body, regular toes and fingers. Move the head from side to side. Bring the feet, legs together, extend the arms above the head. Give yourself a nice stretch and then bend the knees, turn to your right side or left if you wish. Make a pillow of your upper arm and bring that opposite hand, the other hand in front of you. Take a moment here. And then slowly press yourself back up into a cross-legged seated position, bringing the hands at the heart in Namaste. We're going to end the class here. One Om and three Shantis. Feel free to chant with me. And again, before we do so, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here today and practicing with me. Let's now chant on the next inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The divine light within me honors the divine light within. Namaste. And before you're leaving, I have an oracle card to read for you. Today's card is Niyamas, one of the 8 stages of yoga, laws of personal observance. And the message is as follows. You are beginning to reap the rewards of the inner transformational work you have done. This is just the beginning of a lifelong practice of personal observance. Tune into what your soul needs at this moment. Are there toxins in your body and mind that need sauka, purity? Are you experiencing contentment, santosa, for all the blessings you have been given? Are you using your tapas, discipline energy, to take you towards your dharma, your divine purpose? Continue the practice of self-study. There is always more that you will find when you open up the pathway to your true spirit. Take some extra time for yourself each day to practice Svara Pranidhana, the celebration and contemplation of spirit. Thank you so much again for being here and practicing with me. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll see you in next class. Namaste. Thank you.